Caroline Sunshine, Trump campaign spokesperson, hooked up with us now. Caroline, thanks for being back with us here on the Hill. Appreciate the time as always. Nice to see you as always. You probably heard the comments there from Tim Walz today. Do you take him at his word? Does your campaign take him at his word?
You'll have to remind me of those comments. I wasn't able to hear you earlier. So will you tell me what those are? And I'd be happy to respond.
He basically defended, Caroline, his service, saying we should thank anyone who has served. He basically made a nod to J.D. Vance, saying, I thank you for your service. And he tried to put it all to rest, saying he is damn proud of his service. As you know, your campaign has gone after his record and saying it is, quote unquote, stolen valor. And now that he's trying to put it behind him, I wonder if your campaign thinks this issue is over or not.
Yeah, well, it's not just us that's saying that. It's actually, I believe, Tim AWOLZ's former battalion commander. And look, actually, J.D. Vance addressed this over the weekend on the Sunday shows, and he addressed it better than I ever could, obviously having been somebody who served himself in uniform and one who actually did deploy to the Middle East when our country asked him to do so, rather than stepping down to run for office like a career politician like Tim AWOLZ. But I'll say this, this
is that the nickname
issue.
You're going to try to hang on him? I've heard you say it twice now.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. Tim, when he was asked to answer our nation's call to service, he chose not to deploy, and he chose to step down and run for office. And where I take issue with that, and where a lot of Americans take issue of that, is that that's not what we ask of our men and women in uniform. And where I also take issue with it is that Tim Walz stepped down right before his unit deployed during the 2005 troop surge in Iraq. Many members of his battalion did deploy. Many of them were under 21 years old and actually gave their lives. So I do take issue with that. I do think it's a dereliction of duty. But I will say, this isn't about a record of service. That's not what it's about. J.D. Vance, as I said, addressed this over the weekend. It's just about honesty. It's about integrity. It's an honesty issue. It's not a record of somebody's service issue. And Tim Walz has repeatedly misrepresented that. And he's a career politician who chose to step down and run for office rather than deploy with his unit.
Is this an issue that your campaign will continue to pursue?
I think it's an issue that's important to the American people. And I don't think we have a liberal mainstream media in this country that does a decent job of holding those running for office, especially on the Democrat side, to account. I wish the liberal mainstream media would have Tim Walz and Kamala Harris sit down to address this on the record, hold a press conference, do a sit-down interview. I don't think any of those things are happening soon. So this is fair game. I think it's an important point that speaks to somebody's integrity, to somebody's character. It's important to the American people, and if it's important to the American people, our campaign will keep talking about it.
Let me ask you about where the race stands, Caroline, because it is unquestioned, if you look at the polls, that this is a different race now than where it was a month or so ago. Swing state polling, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, it shows Kamala Harris leading Donald Trump. Our DDHQ polling average shows Kamala Harris up 1 nationally over Donald Trump. Why is that the case as you see it?
Well, I think those are a series of polls, but I would also point to other polls like that from CNBC and Rasmussen and Trafalgar that I think actually have a little bit of a better record of predicting accuracy in the polls. I think a lot of those polls that you're seeing, those pollsters should have been fired in 2016 when they got it fundamentally wrong. So what we're seeing is the opposite, that President Trump actually is leading in battleground states. And that is because President Trump is on the right side of all of the issues that are most important to the American people, which no matter that the Democrat Party has changed its nominee, the facts remain. The issues most important to the American people are immigration, inflation, and the economy. And they trust President Trump most on those issues. And they don't trust somebody, a flip-flopper like Kamala Harris, for example, in Pennsylvania, who has said in the past she wants to ban fracking once and for all, now flip-flopping on that position. That also speaks to integrity. That also speaks to somebody's character. President Trump said it best in Pennsylvania just a couple of weeks ago, actually, when he said this election is about fake, fake, fake versus fight, fight, fight.
Caroline Sunshine, Trump campaign spokesperson. Thanks for being back with us here on the Hill. Appreciate the time. Talk to you soon.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.